What are some deal breakers for you? It is like a billboard for advertisement, the amount of things we have put on here.
Who wants her?
We have 45,000 miles on Nellie. I guess that would be considered maybe high. It doesn't really concern us too much. Hey everyone, thanks for joining us. We are actively looking for our next motorhome. I know we've been talking about this for several years, but we are actively looking. I'm retiring very shortly, within a couple of months, and we'll be on the road a lot more.
This is obviously going to be a big purchase for us, something that we have not done in years. We've had Nellie for quite a few years now, 6-7 years. So as we get much closer to doing this, we have to lock in on what we really want and don't want. In this video, we're going to cover a list of things that will make an RV unacceptable for purchase.
Before we get into this video, make sure to stay to the end because we're going to have an important question that we want to ask you. Now, in this video, what we're going to talk about are the things that are unacceptable for us. Now, for some people out there, they may be in a different situation. They're looking for an RV that may have some issues that they want to repair. They can get at a really good price. We don't want to do that. We understand there'll be normal maintenance, but we're not looking to remodel, redo, gut out an RV. So let's start with the first one. The first one's going to be any signs of water damage or potential signs of water damage. What do I mean by this? One, you have the obvious signs of water damage. Browning on the ceilings, soft floors, delamination on sidewalls. More importantly, when you do that roof inspection and the seal inspections, how do the seals look? Do they have big cracks in them where there's a high probability of water got in and maybe you're not seeing that damage per se, but it's lurking? Any leaky plumbing? Any signs in the basements? These are the things that we're going to be looking for. These are the things we're going to have an inspector look for. This will be a deal breaker for us.
The next one is critical. Now, this can affect everybody, but some people it can affect more than others, and I happen to be one of those people, and that's going to be mold. Now, a lot of this stems from, as IZZY said, water damage. Mold is extremely dangerous. I have a mold allergy and can't really be in the presence of mold, but it's not good for anybody. If you're breathing in black mold or any type of mold, it can be very damaging. So when we look for our next motorhome, that is definitely at the top of our list.
The next thing is going to be body damage. Now we have Nellie behind us. If you've followed our journeys, you know we own Nellie since we bought her in 2019, and Nellie has almost 45,000 miles on her. But one thing you will notice with our motorhome is that it doesn't have body damage. Now, guys, I'm not talking about maybe like a little spot in the paint where there's a little chip or whatever. I'm talking about obvious signs of damage. So cracks in the paint, cracks in the fiberglass, cracks up in the roof or in the caps. We see something like that. If there's a little bit of crack in the bumper, that's not a big deal breaker, but some major body issues, that's going to be a deal breaker for us.
The next one is going to be windshield damage. Now, some of these may not be an issue for some people. This one is not. We may be able to scoot by with this one because if it's a tiny crack, I mean, again, these cracks, as you know, can spider out and get really crazy, but we would be willing to replace the windshield if necessary. Some people may not want to do that. They want it perfect. So this, again, some of these are owner dependent and what you're willing to do once that motorhome becomes yours. If we were going to replace the windshield, that would definitely have to be worked into the cost of that purchase.
I do want to show you something before we move on to the next one because it's going to incorporate, it's really important, but MJ's car is a great canvas for cleaning because it's usually pretty dirty. Nellie's pretty clean right now, but look at what we see here. Do you see a distinct difference? You have the normal side, and then you have the side that's been cleaned. And this took me, I don't know, 10 seconds to clean.
Yep.
How do we do that? Well, if you've watched our videos, you know that we are partnered with Release Cleaner. Release is an all-in-one cleaning solution based right here in the USA, SciQuest USA, originally designed for the aeronautics industry, so they would use this stuff just to quickly clean planes before they get them back in the air. But we use it for our motorhome and many other applications, including MJ's car. Many of you have used it. It's good on all surfaces, so paint, wheels, on our upholstery we've used it. I've used it to get grease off my jeans. It doesn't matter. It works on all of it. And I'm going to show you a live demonstration here. So I said that MJ's car is a perfect canvas, and it is. You can see it's getting warmer here. All the bugs. This is going to replicate the bugs on the front of your motorhome. We don't have them yet, but we're going out this weekend and we will have them. So I'm just going to spray in the foam dispenser And what's nice about Release is that there is formula in here that's going to associate with those bugs. And I'm going to wipe and they're gonna come right off and you're gonna be in awe of how they come off. So MJ is gonna give me the microfiber towel. This is the biggest thing, right? The front of your motorhome is where you're gonna get a lot of that dirt. You wanna get those bugs off because they're nasty. So you saw me spray, you see it's doing its thing. I'm just going to take one wipe, guys. I'm gonna come right through and you're gonna see these bugs coming off.
Some are caked on.
Yeah, they are caked on.
They've been a while.
So we're gonna flip over, give them a little more of a wipe on here. And you can see how easily that was removed. You see, we'll take some of the dirt here. You can see the dirt on the microfiber towel. Super easy to use, guys. This is a game changer when you're on the road. You just wanna show them kind of what it looks like right now.
Looks like new.
What's new? What's awesome about Release is that they have different sizes. So you can get the 32-ounce bottle. That will be the most expensive. However, if you get the 1 gallon concentrate, it will make 80 32-ounce bottles at the strongest solution, which is a 1-part Release to 20-part water, which is what we use on here, our preferred solution. So it'll cost you a little over $1 a bottle. What you want to do is go to releasecleaner.com, use the discount code ENDLESS10. You get 10% off of your Release. They also have the foam dispenser on there. Any purchase over $100 is free shipping throughout the United States, and they are a US company, which is awesome. Go read the reviews. We want in the comments below of your Release user, put what your result has been. We'll put their information down below. Going to take us to our next deal breaker. This one is for me a deal breaker. It's going to be, how was this motorhome kept, or your RV? Is it clean? That is, for me, a big indicator.
For both of us.
A big indicator. If you took the pride and the time to keep your RV motorhome clean, more than likely you kept it maintained. So what are some things I'm gonna look for? This motorhome, right now we're dirty. I was going to wash it today, but it's supposed to rain tonight. I'm gonna wait for a couple of days. But you can see our paint is now in its 7th year, and although it's dirty, you still see the reflection. If I run the back of my fingers on this, it is extremely smooth, meaning that paint doesn't have that oxidation in it. It doesn't have that embedded dirt, and that is because I take a lot of time to clean it. As you will probably know, I also take a lot of time to maintain this, both myself and professionally, because it's extremely important. Same thing will go for the inside of the RV motorhome. When we step onto an RV, if it smells moldy, nasty, like cigarettes, you know what I'm talking about. You get that smell and you're like, no, that's a big deal breaker for us.
The next one is along the same lines of cleanliness, and this is going to be pet odor, remnants, anything. So you can
shoot up couches.
You can smell dog or cat a lot of times when you walk on into houses or ththings like that. If you walk on Nellie, you would never know that we have a dog. It doesn't smell like that. Another thing too is dog hair, cat hair, the dander, it's gross. And again, you could go through Nellie with a fine-tooth comb and not find it. And this is because, again, as you can imagine, Izzy steams the carpets after every trip.
If we had the dog.
Well, of course, if we bring him, yeah. So the next motorhome we're looking for, it would be great if it was from a pet smoke-free environment. Because again, I don't think a lot of people are going to be as diligent in cleaning, and
there may be.
I'm sure there are plenty, but there's probably plenty that are not. So that's important to us. This next one is extremely important, if not one of the most important ones for us.
A lot of people, they look at their RV, especially motorhomes, they're looking at mileage. That doesn't really concern us too much. One of the biggest things we are concerned about are going to be the maintenance records. We have 45,000 miles on Nellie. I guess that would be considered maybe high. It's not really that high. But I have a book like this of maintenance records. Oil changes every time it's been to our mechanic, every time it's been to the body shop to have whatever little scratch that was taken out, every time it's been leak tested every single year. I have the certificate. When we had the propane tested, when we're at the Newmar Service Center, this motorhome is immaculate. I know what's in here, and that's extremely important. And as we're looking for our next motorhome, that's a big deal. What is the history of that motorhome? Did the owner take care of it like they should have? Because not doing the maintenance is going to lead to very expensive repairs that we don't want to incur.
So you waited till the end of the video. We said we had a very important question for you. We are actively searching. We are going to be selling Nellie probably sooner than later. Who wants her?
Yeah, who would be interested? And purchasing Nellie.
Obviously, we'll be putting it out there right when it happens.
If you've watched our channel, you know the amount of upgrades we have on here. Lithium, liquid spring four-corner, the new true earth leveling, no maintenance roof. I mean, our furniture, everything's been upgraded in here. It is like a billboard for advertisement, the amount of things we have put on here. So we want your feedback.
I know.
Would you be interested in purchasing Nellie?
Somebody's going to say, this was nothing but an advertisement for Nellie. And it really isn't, because we're not. We are selling her, but we have to find our next. But again, we've seen some that we've almost moved on, but not quite yet. So we have to be ready when the time arrives.
So we want your feedback below. What are some deal breakers for you? For those experienced RVers out there, I know a lot of our subscribers are extremely experienced. Some of them have been RVing almost as long as we've been alive. So we want your feedback and your knowledge. If you like videos like this, to the left of us, we'll put our RV buying tips playlist. We'll put our RV tours playlist. And for myself and MJ, it's a journey of a lifetime. And we'll see you on the road.